Hello, my name is Lauren Avila, and I wanted to begin by reading off a list of words I compiled together from the Areas of Improvement section in the peer evaluation forms. One of my peers stated, nonverbal somewhat distracting. Try to stay in one place. Relax a little more. Kind of rambled a bit. Stumbled over words. I never consider myself a strong speaker. I was never horrible at it, but speaking to me was something that just came natural to people. It wasn't until I took this class that I began to realize there are so many different techniques and skills that can be learned in terms of public speaking. I feel my speaking skills have improved in this short time period before this course. True progress takes time and lots of practice. In the allotted amount of time for this speaking class, my skills have changed in terms of my vocal tone, demeanor, and confidence. A couple of summers ago, I had to give a speech in front of a bunch of people. Parents, peers, professionals filled the room, all looking at one thing, me. I ran everywhere on that stage. I even jumped off of it. In the beginning of the semester, the critique I received focused on my shaky vocal tone and unsteady breathing, as well as my rocking feet and my distracting hand movements. Overall, I was a bit of a spaz, jumping everywhere and even tripping over my own words, having to take long recovering breaths because I would talk way too fast and I'd forget to breathe. I've come a long way from the beginning of the semester. I've developed a confidence which helps me better relax when I deliver a speech. I try my best to make sure I take deep breaths and become mindful of what I'm doing with my hands and my feet movements. I take my time in my speeches now and maintain my regular breathing. The main thing I feel that has improved is on my confidence. Witnessing my peers being just as nervous and making mistakes as I did has made me more comfortable and less self-conscious while talking in front of people. One of my first assignments for the class, I had to evaluate myself as a speaker. I remember specifically describing my nervous feelings of speaking in public. I'm a bit of a paranoid perfectionist. As a result, I have a fear of messing up in front of people and being judged. I wouldn't fear actually getting up in people and speaking. My fear would be just messing up, such that if my voice cracks or if I just go blank and forget my own name. It pains me to think what everyone would secretly think of me. I understand now that these fears of mine were completely irrational. I don't think people care enough to make fun of your speaking style, to be honest. It sounds like kind of a damper, but to me it's actually comforting. Throughout this course, I talked to my peers and listened to their shaky voices and gyrating legs as the teacher calls on the next person to speak. As hard as this is to accept, I'm only human, and humans make mistakes. Instead of fearing these mistakes, I now embrace and try to learn from them. I'm not going to claim that I'm totally comfortable and not scared of messing up on a speech, but I do feel less pressure in regards to speaking. Public speaking does create a level of anxiety for me. I used to be anxious about messing up and being judged while public speaking. This would create nerves and high anxiety levels. But towards the end of the semester, I realized that my anxiety stems not from fear, but from excitement. Now, I'm anxious to do a good job at speaking and to be self-aware of my body and tone of voice. In the beginning of the semester, right before a speech, my palms would get all sweaty and my throat would get very dry. My anxiety was brought on by my fear. Currently, I do still have anxiety, but it's not the same. My anxiety now stems from my self-awareness. Now I get anxious because I'm thinking of all the things I have to be aware of while I'm delivering my speech, such as my hand gestures, maintaining good posture, and setting my breath, as well as remembering the actual content and projecting my voice with confidence. At the beginning of the semester, I wrote down that I was a beginner, and from then I feel like I've improved. I find my public speaking skills to be average. My abilities have most definitely improved in a positive way. I've learned so many different techniques, and all the practice has helped me to improve these techniques and my confidence. I walked into speech lab the very first day with sweaty palms and a shaky voice. I volunteered to go first because I felt that if I had to wait any longer to be called, I'd probably pass out. I walk into class now calm and collected. I am aware that I'm nervous, but I have control. I look forward to delivering speeches and seeing my improvement. There are different aspects of my speaking that still require improvement, mainly because now that I know all my flaws with speaking, I'm now aware of how much more I can actually improve on that. I was always aware of how important it is to successfully speak in public. The course of this semester basically reinforced my current views, Whoever came up with the phrase "talk is cheap" obviously was a horrible speaker. Public speaking is unavoidable. It occurs in a day-to-day setting, or when speaking in front of a class, or even in a professional setting such as an interview or even a mock interview. Being able to effectively oral communicate is extremely important. Words are everything. They can help you successfully explain your thoughts. Having the confidence and poise to successfully deliver a speech in public makes you look more appealing to the audience and a potential employer. Most of this assessment discusses how I have improved in public speaking, and yes, I do agree I've come a long way, but the fact of the matter is I have an even longer way to go. I'm aware of my flaws and I know that practice makes permanent, but I feel that I want to obtain even more skills in public speaking, and I'm grateful for being exposed to a subject that can help me further advance these skills and grow into being the public speaker that I wish to be. Thank you for a wonderful semester, and thank you for everything that you've taught me.